Hi guys, I received a couple more packages in the mail today, so it's been a pretty busy week in terms of this sort of thing. It never seems to rain, but it pours. But yeah, very cool. Just a few bits and pieces that I picked up on the Evil Bay and elsewhere. So a few 3.75-inch figures and a couple of Black Series 6-inch figures. So I think the only other things that I'm waiting on are I was going to say a few things, but a lot of things that I've got on order from an online toy store here in Australia called the Little Toy Company. I got a lot of stuff pre-ordered that, according to the website, is actually supposedly in stock at the moment, and that sort of thing. And I've emailed them about that about 6 or 7 times in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I haven't really had a reply from them about that, so I'm a bit concerned about what's going on there. I hope they're not going to turn into another Premium Collectibles, which was another online store here in Australia that completely collapsed. And yeah, it's quite worrying actually. I think I started buying from the Little Toy Company about at least a couple of years ago, and they were really good to start off with, but recently the customer service is absolutely shite. Like I said, I've literally emailed them about my outstanding orders at least 6 times in the last few weeks and haven't had a reply about it. So, but anyway, here's the figures from this first package. So I've got a couple of loose figures and a couple of carded figures, which will very soon become loose figures. But that first one was the Legacy Collection Bail Organa, then Slime More, I can't remember exactly what line that's from, and Power of the Jedi Maz Amedda, Tomato, and then again I don't know exactly how to pronounce this, Tion, I'd pronounce it as Tion Medon. So yeah, very happy to pick those up. And in the second package, this is actually what I was most excited about receiving, because they are going to go very nicely with that Mos Eisley inspired, Tatooine inspired diorama thing that I was making. So I've got a couple of Sandtroopers. So these are the Sandtroopers that go with the Black Series 6-inch dewback, and I found someone that was selling these off loose, so I picked up a couple of those. Alright, you've probably seen these figures before, but bad luck, I'm going to show them to you again. So here's Tion Medon, as I pronounce his name, and very cool looking figure. And the character was played by the great Australian actor Bruce Spence, whom a lot of you might know from the Mad Max movies, Mad Max 2, or in America as you know it, the Road Warrior, and Mad Max 3. Bruce Spence played the gyrocopter captain or pilot, so he plays his character in Revenge of the Sith, so very cool. And it's a pretty nicely done figure for the time. It's a bit of a statue, but there is some articulation in the waist, and they seem to be the thing back then. They seem to be in love with swivel, angular cut elbows, and that actually looks alright. So I guess they sort of worked alright, but thankfully they upgraded that sort of articulation to ball hinge joints. Now this is Maz Amedda, and I think this is the Phantom Menace Episode 1 version, pretty sure. Again, pretty much a statue and even less articulation, only swivel shoulders, swivel waist and that sort of thing, but still, for the time, pretty nicely done. Nice detail in his clothing, a few different elements there. This is a really cool figure that I'd, once again, bit of a statue, but a figure that I'd wanted to pick up for a while. Finally found it at a good price along with all the other figures. Slime More, So I don't know the exact description of this character or title of this character, but like Emperor Palpatine's aide in Revenge of the Sith. Odd articulation in the elbows there. It's a full-on ball joint, like the ball joints in the neck joints. It's very weird, but it works well. So I don't think I've ever seen that in another figure before. I'm sure they probably did do it in other figures, but I've never personally seen that. And then Bail Organa, I'm pretty sure this is from his appearance at the end of Revenge of the Sith on Alderaan. Yeah, and this has been this is a Legacy Collection figure, I think. So there's like a plastic over piece there, and then he's got a soft goods sort of, what do you call that? Gown? Not a gown, yeah. Really cool. That his blaster pistol has really been done really well. Quite a bit of paintwork on that. Very nice. The soft goods comes off, and then he's got plastic robes underneath. Pretty good articulation. Ball hinges in the shoulders and the elbows. I like it. It's been done very well. And then we have the 6-inch figures. So as I showed you previously, a couple of Sandtroopers. Now these are the Sandtroopers that come with the Black Series 6-inch Dewback set. And like I said, I found a seller that was willing to sell these separately and sell the Dewback separately. I guess, I don't know how that works. I guess they were surmising that people that already had Sandtroopers may want to just buy Dewbacks to go with those Sandtroopers. I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I was able to pick up a couple of those. And here's just a quick look at a clone trooper that I weathered, custom weathered previously. I showed this on Instagram. I don't think I've shown this on YouTube before. So what I'm planning on doing is weathering these Sandtroopers in a similar sort of way. So hopefully, I think that clone trooper came out pretty good, to be honest, for the most part. My first attempt at custom weathering, so hopefully I can weather the Sandtroopers up as well as that clone trooper, and then use them for some toy photography a bit later on. There's the weapon, one of the weapons that comes with these Sandtroopers, and here's the backpack. There's no paint apps on the weapon, a bit of paint on the backpack, and then he comes with this sort of long cattle prod, I guess, type weapon that they use to control the Dewbacks. I'm not sure. And here is, so these two Sandtroopers are exactly the same, and so here's the Sandtrooper with all the gear on. Looks pretty cool, but like I said, the factory weathering is pretty average, so I'm going to custom these guys up. There's no weathering at all on the back of them. There's only a bit on the front, so it's a bit lame. But hopefully I can fix them up and put them to good use in some toy photography and post some nice images on Instagram. Okay, so that is it. I guess you could call that a haul. Just a few bits and pieces from a couple of packages that I received over the last couple of days. Very cool 3.75 inch figures. I filled a few, or ticked off a few sort of minor characters there by picking up those 4 figures, and then a couple of very nice Sandtroopers that will come in handy for a bit of toy photography in the not too distant future, I hope. So that's probably going to be it for a while, unless the little toy company pulls their finger out and gets back to me and sends out what they owe me. I don't know if that's going to happen. Anyway, alright, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and may the force be with you.